Congress ties a record, but not necessarily a record that Congress should be proud of. Well, we've tied a new record, not the kind of record that members of Congress are proud of. Job approval rating for Congress in our Gallup poll now at 18%. That's tied for the lowest in Gallup poll history. And we've been measuring congressional job approval going all the way back to the 70s. Little short-term history here. Job approval ratings for Congress were at 21% as 2006 ended, not that far above where they are now. Then job approval ratings for Congress went up some in January. That's when the Democrats took over Congress. Americans were apparently a little more hopeful that Congress would get something done. Not long after that, ratings started to come down again, and now we're at the point where 3/4 of Americans disapprove of the job their own elected representatives are doing. I said at the outset that the current 18% job approval rating for Congress is tied for the lowest in Gallup poll history. When was that previous point in time? Well, it was back in 1992 when Americans last gave Congress this low a job approval rating. Go back before that all the way to 1979 when we had a lot of problems, gas lines, hostages in Iraq, and what have you. At that point, we had a 19% job approval rating, just 1 point above where we are now. Republicans, independents, Democrats, doesn't seem to matter what your political persuasion are, as you see in front of you. All Americans, regardless of party identification, are down on the job Congress is doing. Why? What are the reasons behind it? Well, we don't know for sure. We think the Iraq War is part of it, and the fact that the economy is doing bad in the eyes of Americans. Remember, this poll was taken when the stock market was falling off rapidly, may be a part of why Americans are so negative on Congress at this point in time. Join us tomorrow on the Daily Briefing. We will look at our updated numbers on who's ahead for the Democratic presidential nomination. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, editor-in-chief of the Gallup poll with Democracy on Demand.